he couldn't help but get knocked up, man. That's the whole thing. Any well-functioning female's gonna get impregnated somehow.
You know, well, you know, they've had condoms for centuries.
Yeah, but whether they really worked very well was another story.
Well, it is what it is. Like I said,
I know. Yeah, well, you know, me too. I thought I was thinking about I'd be the biggest.
It'd be barefooting on my back most of it.
Yep. How to be a hoe. Yep. Send $9.99 to How to Be a Hoe. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I just remember Saturday Night Live doing that.
Mm-hmm.
Eddie Murphy laying on the heart-shaped bed with the pillows, acting like a hoe boy.
I don't remember that movie. Which one was that?
It was just on Saturday Night Live.
Oh.
Where it was one of the skits. He was,
I don't remember
what was it, Cleopatra Schwartz or something like that, I think it was. Would you like to look like me?
I probably quit watching Saturday Night Live about then.
Well, at that time, I was still in my high-head phase of life where I was partaking rather heavily of whatever I could get for a escape from my reality. And I would sit there and watch that because I was high enough to appreciate it at the time, or dumb enough to not think about it. It really wasn't too funny, but it was funny to my stupid self, so I could laugh at it.
You see, when I was a kid, or younger, I shouldn't say a kid, I used to tell everyone, I am the reason God invented drugs, so people can escape me, because I am reality.
Whoa. That's pretty harsh. That's funny. That was funny, yeah. Yeah, there was a stretch there from when I was probably, I forget when it was I started doing that crazy crap. I was probably 15 or 16 when I started partying. No, maybe older than that. Didn't really have all that much money then.
I was probably around 13 when I started drinking. But that was drinking my parents' booze and stuff.
Yeah.
And the day came when I was about 16, my dad was bitching about the fucking booze getting watered down. Goddamn kids are always watering down my booze. And I said, that's your own fucking fault. Said, what do you mean? If you wouldn't mark the bottles, we wouldn't have to water it down. He just looked at me. How can you argue with that logic? I don't want to water down the fucking booze. I don't want to water it down, but you're making me.
Yep. Yeah, true. There was always a couple ways of looking at something. Yeah. Yeah, I'm just grateful to be alive, and I don't need anything to augment my reality.
Yeah.
There was probably a 10 or 12 year stretch where I was not happy with what I was, what I was doing, and I just was a high head the whole time. Drunk or high or whatever. It couldn't help me. I just never got any better. I never really learned a whole lot. Other than the fact was you can't escape yourself. You always come back to yourself.
Yeah. You see, and I still use, but I never used it as an escape.
Yeah, well, I did all the time, yeah.
Yeah, and I've had a lot of friends who did. And one of my best friends from high school, he died several years back.
Yeah.
Still he was a meth head.
Yeah.
And I used to tell him, there are no old speedheads. That's going to kill you.
Yeah.
It's just going to kill you.
Yeah.
But he wouldn't listen, you know.
Oh, yeah. He was hardcore.
And like I say, I still drink, and I will occasionally take a puff of herb.
Yeah.
but I don't do the fucking powder and any of that stuff anymore. But there was a time I did.
Yeah.
And to be honest, I would honestly like to do LSD one more time.
I wouldn't mind some DMT, something like that. You know, for about 10 minutes, really hardcore out of your brain, whatever. But I don't need it. I mean, I've kind of looked at myself and tried to straighten out my many-faceted peoples in me, and straightened them all up like just drill stars and gone down through and just kicked their ass and told them all to get in line and face the same direction. And in my case, I tell them, look up and see Jesus and stay in frickin' line. Stop messing with me. So I don't need to, augment my consciousness with